At Texas A&M, talents are on display every day. But on a campus of around 90,000 students, faculty, and staff, not all of those talents are visible. These are the stories of the campus jobs you don't see and the people that do them. This is Unsung Talents on KAMU. A variation of that familiar bell melody plays every 15 minutes on campus. The carillon in the Albritton Bell Tower has been chiming away since 1984. But did you notice something wrong? Let me play that again for you. There's a missing note. You may not have thought anything of it. In fact, your mind might have filled in the missing note. But listening for bell problems and fixing them is someone's job. Would you guess it's the Rudder Theater Complex staff?
Since I work at Rudder Theater Complex, it's just one of those nifty places that I've worked at. Because of my job, I've actually been to more places on campus than when I was a student.
Rudder AV manager Benjamin Leonito has worked on the bell tower in some capacity for about 25 years.
Every so often we come up, we check, make sure the hammers work. Most of the time it's whenever somebody says, we didn't hear that note, and then we come over here, take a look, do what we can.
He knows the 160-plus step climb well.
Okay, it's leg day today.
He knows the click of the clock motor, turning every 60 seconds when it's time for the minute hand to move. He knows how hot it gets in the summer and how cold it can be on a windy, rainy day.
Good Lord, during the summer, like climbing up here, it is sweltering and the humidity is terrible.
And he knows when it's time to call the bell company.
Whenever it's past our scope and our ability, we contact the bell company. They come over here and bring a technician who's trained for all the bells, and they take a look at it.
A carillon is an instrument with at least 23 bells. Our 14-story tower is home to 49 bells, each individually cast from copper and tin at a foundry in France, the same one where the replica Liberty Bell in the academic building was cast. Each bell has two clappers, one to play soft notes and one to play loud notes. The bells span just over 4 octaves, and there's a massive variation in size. The smallest bell is the highest note, a C, and weighs 28 pounds. The largest bell is the lowest note, a B flat, and weighs 6,550 pounds. They can play Aggie songs, patriotic songs, hymns, Christmas songs, and more. Nowadays, the entire bell and clock system is controlled by a digital controller, keeping time and playing bells at the right moment. A Rudder staff member is on hand for silver taps, muster, and Constitution Day to turn off the automation and start playlists of special songs.
Each signal then hits, relays up, hits a transformer and a relay, and that then hits electrical shock that triggers a hammer upstairs at the bells.
It used to be more involved. The tower has drawers and boxes full of MIDI tapes programmed for specific songs.
You would line up all the tapes in the order that you're going to play them, put it in as timed as you can, put it in, play it, let it run, stop, put it down, grab the next tape as quickly as you can, plop in, and keep on going.
And before the MIDI tapes, the carillon was played live using what looks like a miniature organ with 2 keyboards. John Whittemore knows the tapes and keyboards well. He started at Rudder in 1980 and worked on the tower from its dedication ceremony in '84 up to a few years before his retirement in 2018.
The tape players recorded on a cassette tape. They would take the analog information that came from the keyboard, convert it to digital information, and then record it on the tape.
He remembers the bells laid out on the ground during construction.
They were concerned that some student might want to take a bell as a souvenir or something. So the smaller bells, they put them underneath the larger bells, thinking, well, if they're not going to get those small ones out.
Andy remembers the dedication ceremony.
Today is a very special occasion in the 108-year history of Texas A&M University. Unless I have misread the signals badly, Ford and Martha Albritton are, in a very few minutes, going to give Texas A&M University this magnificent tower.
Caroliner Lloyd Lott played a live concert at the dedication. Whittemore shared his recording of the concert. The tower is a complex system undergoing a lot of wear and tear. Whittemore thinks about how many times the minute hand turns in a day, in a month, in a year.
It took pride in the fact that we were able to keep it working, as we did have a lot of times where we would either have to make adjustments or we had to replace things because just a lot of stuff wore out.
There were always other challenges too, like birds making the tower home.
We started having problems with pigeons. They started roosting in there. And at one point, put a decoy owl up there. And that didn't seem to help any. They actually attacked the owl, pecked its eyes out. We ended up finally having to put netting up there.
Before Rudder began calling the Bell Company for major maintenance, Whittemore estimates he climbed the tower 50 times a year.
I didn't take people that weren't comfortable with heights because I knew they weren't going to like it. It was kind of fun for all of us to, even though it was work, we enjoyed what we did.
The next time I'm at the bell tower is for Silver Taps. Standing outside, I can hear the Rudder team got the bells working again. Starting with We Gathered Together and ending with Amazing Grace, the bells played 15 minutes of hymns. The bell tower has been an important part of campus life for 40 years and counting. The next time you hear a missing note, know that the Rudder team is hard at work to get it fixed. For KAMU, I'm Christian Hamilton.